From the national newsroom of the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo. Prime Minister Mark Carney will have to navigate a delicate balance during his first in-person meeting today with U.S. President Donald Trump, following months of Trump targeting Canada with tariffs and taunts.
Prime Minister Mark Carney and President Donald Trump will meet at the White House today. The Prime Minister has said he expects difficult but constructive conversations, but he also says the meeting will mark the beginning of a larger economic and security agreement. The Canada-US-Mexico agreement on trade was negotiated during the first Trump administration. But since his return to the White House, Trump has repeated a list of complaints about Canada and says it would be better as a U.S. state. Expert on Canada-US relations Colin Robertson says Carney will be prepared for any comments about Canada's sovereignty, but it's yet to be seen what Trump ultimately says. Kelly Malone, The Canadian Press, Washington.
Conservative members of Parliament, new and re-elected ones, are set to meet in Ottawa this morning as that party charts its path forward after last week's election loss to the Liberals. Leader Pierre Poilievre lost his own long-held Ottawa riding and so won't be in the House of Commons when it opens its spring sitting later this month. In a video posted on social media yesterday, Poilievre says he has a lot to be thankful for, including an expanded coalition of Conservative voters.
Now it wasn't enough. We didn't get over the finish line, which means that I need to learn and grow, and our team needs to expand. That will be my mission.
Caucus must consider who will take over as opposition leader in the House until Poilievre can run in a by-election for a seat being offered up by an Alberta MP, Damien Currick. The federal New Democratic Party has tapped BC MP Don Davies as the party's interim leader. Alberta's premier says if enough people were to sign a petition for separation, she would hold a referendum next year.
This from Danielle Smith Monday came during an address to the province, which she said on Twitter would be about Alberta's path forward with the recently re-elected Liberal federal government. Smith says while she doesn't back separation herself, she gets why some do.
The vast majority of these individuals are not fringe voices to be marginalized or vilified. They are loyal Albertans.
David Bowles, The Canadian Press, Edmonton.
And the Toronto Maple Leafs got back to work last night, opening round 2 of the Stanley Cup playoffs against the Florida Panthers. But Toronto's win was the second thrill in as many days for Leafs winger Mitch Marner, who was back with the team after he and his wife welcomed their first child on Sunday.
I just sat there and cheerleaded. My wife was an absolute beast through it all. She was so impressive to watch, what a woman's body can do and how much strength they have. So it was incredibly impressive to sit there and watch.
Marner says there was a plan in place in case Stephanie went into labor during the last series with the Ottawa Senators, but he joked that baby Miles got the memo and didn't disrupt any games. This is the Canadian Press. In sports, the Toronto Maple Leafs held off the Florida Panthers 5-4 in the opener of their second-round NHL playoff series last night. Toronto goalie Anthony Stolarz left the game in the second period due to injury. Panthers forward Sam Bennett made contact with the netminder as he drove through the crease. Leafs head coach Craig Berube says it was a clear elbow to the head.
I'm not sure why there's not a call on it. I get it, they miss calls, but it's clearly a penalty.
Game 2 goes tomorrow. Tonight, the Edmonton Oilers will open their second-round series in Las Vegas against the Golden Knights. The Toronto Blue Jays had the night off before they'll open a 3-game series in Los Angeles tonight against the Angels. And the Atlanta Braves beat the visiting Cincinnati Reds 4-0. Cincinnati rookie left fielder Tyler Callahan, though, broke his left forearm while attempting a sliding catch on a play that turned into an inside-the-park home run for Atlanta's Matt Olson. From the Canadian Press, I'm Karen Rebo.
Thanks for listening. Don't forget to follow and subscribe. For more of today's top stories, visit thecanadianpressnews.ca.